Arun sastai munutang. Good morning, everyone. My name is Drake from that big bearded American tourist, and you are watching Coffee Break with Drake. The time of day when we take a break from watching amazing videos from around the world, location, and food, and have a nice, hopefully nice, cup of coffee. Today's a very special episode as I'd like to introduce to you a very special coffee brand. This is coffee by Kitty Town Coffee. Now, I want you to pay special attention to this as it actually is coffee with a purpose. The question of whether it's good or not, we'll get to in a minute. I'm going to talk a little bit about this product. Now, you'll notice it's already open, and we'll go into that in a minute. But this is Kitty Town Coffee at Nadia's Jamaica Me Crazy blend, 12 ounces. Now, Kitty Town Coffee has a thing on the side here. It says, drink coffee, feed cats. And there's a reason for that. Drink coffee, feed cats. That's what we're all about here in Kitty Town. We make delicious, fresh, roasted specialty coffee and name it after real-life cats we know and love. Every bag feeds a homeless kitty. There it is right there, guys. Every time you buy a bag of this, it feeds a homeless kitty. Every bag sold feeds a homeless kitty for 1 week. That means you can start your morning off by doing something good for the world while enjoying a delicious cup of coffee. Now that makes for a good morning. Brewing suggestion, 1 tablespoon per 6-ounce cup. And it says minority owned on the bottom if that's important to you, and woman owned. So woman minority owned company. And it's out of Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Please check them out. They do have links down here, little symbols. That's a Facebook, Tweeters, and Instagram. So that's that. Here we go. Now, full disclosure about my experience with Kitty Town Coffee. I do go on rants about how I am not a fan of the fact that some coffee companies brew their coffee and add the flavor with an alcohol base that makes it so when you do not use cream and sugar, you do not get the taste. I found this out through experience with Kitty Town Coffee. Now, that means I already know from previous experience, flavored coffees by them, the flavor does not come out in the cup when you don't add cream and sugar because the cream and sugar activates the flavors. I think specifically the fats in the cream. That being said, we are going to taste test this. I'm going to try to give it a fair shake. And because I already know I'm not going to be getting necessarily the flavoring of the typical Jamaica Me Crazy, which is like vanilla and caramel and hazelnut, I'm going to review it as it is. And I'm going to explain a little bit as I go along because even though the coffee did not, I don't know about this one here because I haven't tried this one yet. So maybe it'll surprise me. But I will say that the coffee that I did try by them, it was a buttercream flavored one. I think it was Wolfgang's vanilla buttercream. It did not taste at all like it should have. It tasted just like regular coffee. So we're going to go into that a little bit more. I'm going to fill this up. And once again, I've done a 10-ounce pour. I think for flavored coffees, it's what I'm going to do is start standard. You want morning reviews, you're going to get morning reviews. I'm going to do standardized coffees, brews at 10 ounces of water. So I forgot to do my sniff test here again, early morning, and me chatting around. So coming out of the bag, you do get some smells of flavor smells. Let's just put it that way. With a complex flavor like Jamaica Me Crazy, you're not going to get one scent over the other necessarily. Opening the bag. Yeah, so you do get the flavor smells coming out of the bag. So again, good sign. It does not smell like one thing or another. It is definitely a mixed coffee blend with those 3 aromas, 3 scents. So we're going to go and put this aside here. I've already filled Hamilton up with 10 ounces now. I think moving forward, I will probably standardize at 10, just to give it a little bit more extra chance with flavor. And we're breaking out the Hello Kitty mug one more time. She's going to see another day in court because we're doing Kitty Town coffee. So I really enjoy fun mugs. This is hard to drink out of, but how can I resist Kitty Town coffee without Hello Kitty? It just doesn't seem right. We're going to put her in her place, turn it on, and I'm going to talk a little bit first about price and then about my experience with Kitty Town coffee. Now, this costs $13 a bag. It does cost $5 to ship, and I'm sure that price goes down if you buy more. And I do believe they sell it at specific locations. You can find out online, but for our purposes, we are going to find out how much it costs, what the breakdown is, including shipping. So that's $18 a bag. Now, this is a 12-ounce bag. However, I have to say, it is a hefty 12-ounce bag. I'm quite sure if I put this on the scale, it'll probably come up at 12 ounces, but it feels heavier than, I have to say. I don't want to show you that one because that one's a up and coming one, but I'll turn the back of it. So I have to say, just as an example, this is an up and coming one. This feels a lot heavier. This is 11 ounces. This is 12 ounces, but there's definitely more than a 1 ounce difference here. So good on Kitty Town if they're giving you a little extra. Now, as you know, I'm not a numbers guy. I did not get my degree in mathology, so I'm really not going to be sitting here trying to come up with the numbers in my head. I'm not going to fake it with the phone. I'm going to go over to our good friend, who's now treated us right for the most part, and find out the answer to our question. Alexa, what is 18 divided by 12?
18 divided by 12 is 1.5.
So 1.5, $1.50 an ounce for this coffee. Again, that includes shipping. I only find it fair because if you want to go buy one bag of coffee up on their website, $13, $5 shipping, $18. Is it worth $1.50? Now, per ounce, per ounce. Here's a couple things I want to say right off the bat about Kitty Town coffee. I was very disappointed when I got the coffee because of the flavor issue. I normally, especially with charities, I don't tend to. I mean, I figured it when I spent the money on it. It's going to a good cause. I wasn't looking at my money back or anything like that. I did write them though because I was very disappointed. I did feel it was a little deceptive to put on their website these flavors, and there was no flavors at all. That being said, I talked to somebody through email who was super nice. I cannot remember their name. They explained to me the brewing process and how that the flavor really comes out with cream and sugar, and the fats bring out the flavor. It's an alcohol bonding process. Well, and I appreciate that, and I explained to him that's all well and good, but I drink my coffee black, and I want the flavor. And, he explained, well, unfortunately, because of the process, it's really not going to come out that strong. But as nice as they were, they offered me 2 new bags of different coffees and said these coffees might have stronger flavor tones to them. I was very hesitant to take them up on it because I really wasn't trying to undo the fact I was trying to donate to this company. But they sent me 2 bags anyway, which I appreciated. So what we're reviewing now is one of those coffees that they said was going to be a little bit of stronger toned, the Jamaican Me Crazy. They also gave me a regular flavor, which I haven't tried that yet. So keep all of that in mind. I'm going to do this review knowing ahead of time that this is probably not going to be a strong flavor profile, but because this is such a good cause, and because they were so sweet and nice to offer me 2 new bags at their expense, I felt it was important to give them another try and to get the word out. So we're going to go ahead. I think Kitty's calmed down enough. So one of the things we talk about is the flavor and whether it burns off in the brewing process. If the smell is burned off in the brewing process. A lot of time that smell just burns right off and there's no snoots left. No sniffs left. This is pretty much one of those cases. I'm getting some very light flavor tones there. I couldn't pin it down to one thing or another. Again, if I was doing a review of just blueberry coffee, that's one thing. This is a more complex flavor, so it's more like I could just say there's an overtone of a light smell there. However, most of the smell that was there is now gone, which makes it pretty apparent that the coffee is not going to have a lot of strong flavors to it, but we already knew that going into it. So here we go. All right, so I'm really not picking up flavors. There is maybe on the back side, the back end, there's a little bit of flavor, but it's very light, very distinct, like very light, not distinct at all. And I couldn't even tell you what it was. But I will say this. This is actually good coffee. I would drink this regardless of whether there's flavor in it or not. It tastes like low acidic coffee. Uh, and I actually enjoy this. Now, this is a little bit stronger than I typically drink for a single cup. I usually put 12 in at 10. It doesn't have that bitter taste you typically get with a lot of coffees, especially when you do a stronger brew, or in my case, a stronger brew. Um, my guess is this is a light. Well, these flavor coffees are typically medium. It doesn't actually say on this what it is. Because it's not super strong, my guess is that maybe it's a light brew. Although on Kitty, Kitty City here, put your brew strength on here. It should say like light, medium, or dark. Your roast, I mean. So I'm gonna guess this is like a light, very light to medium. But I like that, so I'm actually happy about that. So flavor or not, all right, I'm done. Flavor or not, it's a good coffee, which makes me feel very confident in the fact that if you get the non-flavored types, you're going to enjoy your brew. So that's a mixed review for you. I believe in their cause. The company was so sweet. They were so nice, and they took the time to have a conversation with me and explain the process, and even offered me replacements. Now, if this is a company like Walmart or something like that, I'd say go to town, get the free coffee and shit like that. Do not be that person. I did not mean to be that person. They kind of almost like forced it on me, in the sense that I felt very hesitant to do it because of the cause, and they were very insistent on it. They were super sweet. That does not affect my review here. I'm not doing this and saying this coffee is good based on that. They're not paying me. I'm not getting any more free coffee, etc., etc. I'm just being honest, as I try to be. I like very specific things, and hopefully you do too. This is good coffee, regardless of the lack of the flavor profile. So I do suggest it. I'm going to give it 1 thumbs up. That's because I didn't get the flavor tones I was looking for, but the coffee is still very good. So I highly suggest you check out, one more time, Kittytown Coffee. kittytowncoffee.com. Good cause. I saw it advertised on Facebook, which brought my attention to it. Normally, I don't pay attention to Facebook ads, but I've had cats for most of my life. I had 2 cats recently. One lived to 13. His name was Hocus Pocus. The other one's name was Chance, and she lived to about 21, almost 22. I'm really a dog person now, as you probably know, but cats are very important to me, and I know a lot of my people that watch this are really into cats. My daughter has a cat once again, and there are so many strays out there. This company actually does something about it, tries to do something about it. If you're going to spend the money on coffee anyway, please give them a try. It's Kittytown Coffee. I don't get promotions from this, but tell them Drake sent you. Explain where you saw this, just so they know that I'm trying to help out, and I'm very thankful for them that they took the time to explain the process to me. And yeah, that's it. One last time, I have a lot of different videos, interesting stuff up there. I'm doing coffee reviews now. I'm probably going to move to twice a week because I have just so many that are coming up. I have all kinds of reviews out there, mostly location reviews from my travels, amazing food reviews from around the world, airport lounge and airplane reviews. I'm Drake from That Big Bearded American Tourist, and you've been taking a coffee break with Drake, TBBAT. Thanks for checking me out, and until next time, enjoy your brew.